Well, welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here to the start of this week's Fan Friday, starting it off with a battle from Robert. So I've actually seen these codes in the comment section for a few weeks now. The problem is, it's a level 1 Purrloin, and it seems like we just get tons of level 1 Pokemon submissions for the Fear strats, for all kinds of craziness going on right there. But this Purrloin looks like it's going to be doing something different, and we were finally able to find a way to get it in on Fan Fridays. So yeah, it's a Prankster Assist Pokemon, which means nastiness is going to ensue. That's one thing about the Smeargle. Smeargle works incredibly for assist, or like assist-focused teams, I guess is the way of putting it. And then you can go and bring something like the Ditto. Ditto has transformed. That's not going to be grabbed anyways. So yeah, you get that, like, assist is a way of guaranteeing, or at least giving yourself a high probability of getting a Prankster Spore on the opponent. Like, that's just filthy, wrong, and disgusting, and that's why it's on Fan Fridays this week. Now, Purrloin bringing its own substitute, and what's the opponent going to do? Also, how's Purrloin going to finish out this battle? Also, I think the assist is brought one of my favorite strats, where it's like Dark Void Meowstic in doubles was just absolutely ridiculous. So then we have the protect, just in case the opponent wakes up. But I mean, that's pretty much how it works. Like, sleep is kind of worthless ever since it received that nerf to where it only lasts 1 to 3 turns. So yeah, it's like, oh, you just expect the opponent to wake up on turn 2 or something. But we still have leftover. Wow, the level 1 with the sub and leftovers, and then it's like, oh yeah, just gonna heal everything up, just gonna keep spamming the protect for the Xerneas to wake up, and then we're gonna see what Purrloin decides to do once it feels a lot safer, because that's a free sub. It's going to be able to assist again for the Spore, and then it has a Toxic. Okay, so maybe it does that as well. So we have the full-on Toxic stall, and that works out. And then after that, it's like, okay, whenever you wake up, Spore into Substitute, and then you get all your health back, and then Substitute gets paid off. So yeah, that's how you do it, guys. I actually, like, it's simple, it's evil, and it works. So the assist strats are super, super nasty like that. And then also, when you have the Ditto is almost a backup win condition, because if the opponent's going for setup, or if your Purrloin ends up getting taken out by something, or if it kind of falls through, because then you're only left with a Smeargle that, like, knows Spore and maybe one other move that doesn't really, like, work with assist or something, you just bring in Ditto, you transform, and now you can at least match with their strongest Pokemon, and if they already did setup, that means you can, like, counter sweep them with their own Pokemon. So that could get really interesting right there. But yep, this is apparently all that it takes, guys. You just spam that sub, you get the protects in, depending on how long they're asleep for as well. You're pretty much good to go, and the opponent is completely helpless. So at least, you know, with the nerf to crit, don't worry guys, I heard about that. That video's coming tomorrow. The nerf to crit, the nerf to confusion, the nerf to prankster, the nerf to minimize, the nerf to everything that's fun in the game. At least assist is still broken. At least Prankster can still be used, and at least it still works out pretty well. Now, unfortunately, because of the nature of the setup on this team, you are actually going to be immune by 4 different typings, and the opponent just knows that it's over, gives up right there, doesn't want to deal with the headache and the frustration, and that is already the first battle down. Don't worry, guys, we got some more codes, and then I will go and continue my ramble from there. And we're back with another battle, so let's go and check it out. Now, the Mimikyu is not going to be the worst thing to go up against, but what will be some of the worst things to go up against, oh man, I actually like how that transition went, will be Steel-type Pokemon, Poison-type Pokemon, Grass-type Pokemon, and Dark-type Pokemon. That's a lot of types that can potentially destroy this strategy. At the same time, that's why you bring it on the battle spot. They only get to pick 3, and if they pick wrong, they lose. Also, I'm wondering if, like, maybe Smeargle or Ditto has something up its sleeve towards, like, alright, you bring in those Pokemon, you stop the one thing that's immune to everything, and then you still come back and win it? I guess that's a way that could work. So yeah, Spore, that's going to be immune by Grass-type Pokemon, Toxic, that's Poison and Steel, and then with the nerf to Prankster and Dark types, it's just brutal. But hey, we still get to call the assist, and that's going to be Spore. So I'm guessing that Smeargle's moveset is like only Spore, and again, maybe like assist dodging moves. So we're going to bring that up at the end of the video. Like, I've actually shown assist quite a lot on the channel, but for those guys who aren't aware, pretty much there's moves that assist will not call. And because of that, you can actually, like, build movesets around it. Like, a really good one is, I think, the Breloom. Because Breloom can have, like, Spore, Focus Punch, Substitute, stuff like that. So you do the Sub-Focus Punch Breloom, and then that means you can call Spore with Assist, but Breloom isn't going to contribute any other moves to the Assist pool. And sometimes you can take a gamble and have some other moves available, but I think the way that the Smeargle is built, you know, you just leave yourself with the Spore, and then you're good to go. So that's going to be what this Purrloin is running, and it's under Prankster, so you can't stop it. Like, there is nothing scarier than a Prankster Spore, because that is priority, 100% chance to sleep. It's just scary like that. So, it looks like this time going for the Toxic a bit sooner, instead of like, oh yeah, actually never mind, you have to wait for the opponent to wake up, or else you can't use the Toxic. So I guess that's why the Protect spam kind of works. It's like, just waste the Protects, keep your sub alive. They're likely to wake up on turn 2 or something, and then you just get that Toxic down. So that means you can't use Spore again, and then you just sub Protect. There it is, okay. That is the thing, it's like, you can't sleep a poison Pokemon, and then you just get the damage down. So yeah, you just kind of cycle it through. And I guess the next time you use Spore, you use Spore, they go to sleep, that's leftovers. You could like Protect, that's leftovers. You use Substitute, and then your Substitute is already paid off from the leftovers. Also, I feel like a level 1 Pokemon breaks leftovers as well, to a degree. I actually haven't been watching the amount. Oh yeah, look at that. Substitute. Oh my god, that's so broken. That's so broken. I thought there was something wrong with that. I remember the level 1 Cottony doing that, and it's so broken. Because the Substitute, it's all about like the scaling, it's not going to do more than a quarter. So because of the way that the numbers work, leftovers always has to heal 1. So it's 1/16, but leftovers will always heal 1. So if you have less than 16th health, you're getting 1 health back. And the opponent already forfeited off of that one. That is when you are locked into the cheese so hard that it's just the first Pokemon goes away. We don't even get to see the rest of the team. We don't even get to see Ditto. We don't even get to see the Smeargle. We don't even get to see how the transitions and other things work because it's just that good. But could you imagine, guys, Substitute, like Sub Protect at a level 1 Pokemon, infinite sustain, infinite stall right there. That could be something for a PP stalling team, guys. I wonder how that could go. But there we go, guys. Let's go. We got some more to show, I guess. We just got some more to show. And the opponent has a water team, but it's not going to matter. Pretty much nothing matters with this strat. Again, well, actually, the only thing that matter are those 4 typings that will immune it. But if they don't have that, I don't really see much that can stop it. Maybe rest, because like that's another way of getting rid of toxic stall, is that you just outrest them. Especially if it's like a monotoxic stall, can get a little frustrating from there. Yeah, and eventually they can just like wake up into a rest or something. And also they're always asleep, so they're like asleep from the Spore, they're asleep from the rest. Not really gonna have too many opportunities for that toxic, but then you can just make them hate life. Like if anything, this is just a force rage quit kind of setup as well. We have the level 1 Pokemon with Prankster and Protect like that. I guess it isn't just every level 1 Pokemon, but I mean there's a few level 1 Pokemon with the Pranks or like sub Prankster Protect that can still just get away with this, and it's wrong and filthy and awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to see that, despite Game Freak trying to nerf the fun in the game, you can still have a lot of fun in the game. So that's going to be the Hurricane. Hurricane comes through, doesn't do anything, sub's going to fade, that's whatever. And yeah, then we go into the leftovers. Leftovers Protect Spore. You can do whatever you want. But I mean, that's one way that you can make your opponent start to like be worried. When you see a Prankster Pokemon or a level 1 Pokemon, that's scary as it is. When you just start to see like everything cycle through, you know your day is over. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. I love how broken some of the mechanics are. Like, you used to find some cheese. Like, the level 1 Fear Aeron back in the 5th generation was like the most mind-blowing thing ever. And now it's like, nah, there's still some fun stuff out there, guys. I love when people exploit mechanics like this. That's the most insane thing ever. So that's gonna be a Substitute fading. Man, this Pelipper though, he's getting those free wake ups. So then we go into leftovers. Like, yeah, how do you treat this one at this point? Purrloin, we keep going for this. So it looks like Purrloin wants to get set up at the most optimal position possible. So you just keep using the Spore until the opponent actually stays asleep long enough for it to matter. You have the sub up, you protect on the wake up turn, and then you get that toxic down, and now you have a toxic Pokemon with sub instead of minus health, trying to force the sub or the toxic to then make the opponent work itself down. So I think that's actually a way of just kind of stalling it out a bit if you need to get into a good position. But I mean, that's what I mean. Like, just sleep way too nerfed. Sleep has been way too nerfed. It should be like 2 to 3. At least give that guaranteed turn to do something. Also, maybe 1 to 4 just seems like it'd also be way too RNG based. I don't know. But now we're just gonna watch this battle play out. Eventually that Toxic's going to roll down, the opponent's going to figure out what's up, and then the battle is going to end. Are we going to see a second Pokemon, though? are we going to see it? As now we just wait. You know, this is one of those parts of Fan Fridays where we already know what's happening. We already know what's going to happen. We've seen this strat a few times before. Now we just get to see how it works against other things and how other people respond to it. So that's going to be Scald from Pelipper. Purrloin with the Toxic. And GG. That's pretty much it right there. And we hit GG levels. So now you just sub protect forever, gain tons of health back off the leftovers. You can, yeah, I think that's another thing maybe about PP preservation. Because like you can only do sub and protect so many times. But I guess Toxic just scales so much it doesn't even matter. Even if the opponent has like Roost, you know, you could probably get away with like 1 or 2 Pokemon that have Roost to recover or leftovers or like a Confusion Berry or something. Because by the time it ticks down to like that Citrus Berry Confusion Berry level, you're already one-shotting them on the next turn anyways. So I don't really think that it matters too much. And now the opponent realizes he is completely screwed. There's nothing he can do about it. I wonder, like, it's like, what do you do? Do you finally just wait to sacrifice off your Pokemon and then try to get it on that next one? I wonder. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. It's like, I wonder what happens if you go down to Toxic on the turn that you KO like the substitute, or like you finish off the substitute. But I mean, then Purrloin is in the exact same position that it was when it entered the battle. It has leftovers. It has Spore into the assist in the Spore. What else is there to do? So while this battle's just playing out, I'm gonna go and look up Spore and get the screen region, and or actually not Spore. We need to look up assist. So that way I can show you guys how assist works, because every time I do the video, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about how assist works, there's still like a little bit of confusion as to how the move mechanics work in something. Or it's also like, wow, that's no fair. How does Spore always get assist? Or how does assist always get called by the Spore? Well, that's just because of the way that the game mechanics end up playing out. So let me go add that screen region. And yeah. So, I'm pretty sure, okay, Pelipper's gone. Actually, let's put this in the corner. So that way, we can watch the battle, and we can learn about assist. Because I'm actually really curious if the opponent decides to bring in a second move. You know, assist will not call itself or any of the following moves. So you won't call assist, and then all of this stuff right here. So you can actually build a pretty good team and some pretty good movesets without this. Like, look at that. You can still get the Destiny Bond. So, I mean, what if that's... Is it possible to do, like, the Focus Sash... Destiny Bond Smeargle, maybe Scarf Destiny Bond Smeargle. That would be wild. You just outspeed immediate Destiny Bond Scarf on the Smeargle, take out the Pokemon that took you out, and that's it. So yeah, it looks like the opponent's actually going for that Roost sustain. You know, trying to stall it out in a different way. But I mean, you're locked. There's not really much you can do about it. Also transform. So I mean, Smeargle could be Scarf Transform and then copy the opponent and then also try to outdo the opponent from there. As then we go into the Ditto, which could have all kinds of different things. Like Scarf Ditto is really fun. I mean, Scarf Smeargle Transform actually makes Smeargle not useless. So the only thing that Smeargle knows is Spore and Transform with a Choice Scarf. And then this Purrloin is able to sweep teams anyways. Like, you can get away with that. There's dive strats. So you can actually, like, leftovers dive for stall and little bits of damage on certain Pokemon. I think we also saw, like, I'm forgetting which Pokemon it was, but there was, like, a Prankster Copycat dive. Was it Prankster Copycat Dive? There was something weird that happened on a Fan Fridays that involved dive, and I think Prankster or something. So yeah, like assisted doesn't call the dive. Wait, was that? Oh, wait a second. It says Gen 6. So that means, was that the Gen that it was actually affected? Maybe that was a Gen 5, like dive assist. Like assist calls dive and then you stay invincible or something on that Purrloin. I don't know. There's Mimic, Mirror Coat, all kinds of weird things. So you can build the team around it really well. And then it doesn't matter if you build the team around it because Purrloin sweeps anyway. So there we go, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the start of this week's Fan Fridays. I hope to see you guys in next Fan Fridays as well.